internet is really good for that. Hanging out by yourself with your friends. I don't know what that's about. What the heck is going on? Scratch it off. I have notes. I don't know what's going on with my notes. Who knows? Let me grab my notes. I just hit a button. I'm gonna need to get Kleenex, I think. I'm sitting in Mom's chair before she gets up. I'll be right back. Here, I'll put on the nice colors. I'll be right back. Oh, shit. Just pulled out the cord. Give me a reason. Kleenex. Ooh, that's a nice little... Okay. There, I got my Kleenex. I've been trying not to do dairy products because this is what happens. I got notes today, so I'm going to stay on task. Hi, my name's Marge. I'm a yoga empath. Guess you're gonna have to excuse the humanity in me. I'm a human. This blemish is driving me crazy on my nose. My nose. Okay. I must stop being nosy. I hope you're having a good day wherever you are. I woke up and Mom already said hi today, so she woke up, so I'm having a good day too. Fall is here. In the morning, I go outside. That crispness is here in northern New Mexico. It might be hot later. It was super hot day before yesterday. It frickin' zapped Mom's body. It like, I don't know, she got sick. Mom hasn't been sick in years. She had it, for a second, it was coming out both ends. I was like, disassociated, on automatic pilot. I just kick in to do whatever I need to do to take care of her or the situation in which I'm in. She's okay now. She's better. She's hydrated, you know. She didn't eat or yeah, it was rough. It was a real shit show over here. I got to take care of her, man. She set me up for this life, is what she did. I take care of her because I am grateful that I have sense to handle situations, whatever situations come up, whatever happens. I can usually handle it. I'll fall apart after. It'll take me, I don't have the snapback that I used to have. Like, it takes things out of me. It takes me long, like I'm a battery, and it takes me, and then I just respond to situations in life, and then I have to recharge. And the thing about batteries is I learned from my maintenance days back when I was in the Air Force, is that all batteries, they lose their ability to hold the charge. That's why harnessing energy is just what a battery is. And we're energy, and how we harness our energy is how conducive we are to society, really. It's science. I speak above people's heads. Always have. So mom set me up so that in life that I could handle myself in the situation. She afforded me that. And she did that. She started when I was really young because she had my first astrology chart done when I was born. So she saw, this is how your little critter's gonna act. How are you with your planetary alignment? She has 5 planets in Sagittarius. She's the ultimate traveler. I've been traveling her around for the last 52 years, or traveling around with her. She's a very special being. She's very magnetic. So, and one of the ways that she set me up for success is by, she would always call me on my shit. She would see how I was trying to manipulate a situation, and then she would explain to me what I was doing. I'm talking like 2 years old she would do this. I see what you're doing, and then she would like basically say what I was doing. And so I got to a place where I would be mischievous, but I would never be destructive. I wouldn't be, because my mom put her voice in my head that became my voice, because she made me accountable. She made me understand that my behavior in this life is on me. It's not a result of how she raised me, or my dad not being around. Like, it's how I choose to act and behave in this life. And so I would get in trouble, and then it got to the point that I would do stupid shit, and I understood, because she instilled in me that the truth always comes out. It doesn't matter if it takes a day, a week, a month, or decades. That truth is the vibrational frequency that will always come out. It's like a festering sliver that people try to bury. I got a gnarly sliver the other day. It was big. Anyway. And so that's why, when you're a person of integrity, you're not going to have a problem with somebody correcting your behavior, because you see the flaws in your behavior. See, now my brother, he's the other side of the coin of me. He didn't go with culpability. He went with secrecy. There's a difference between doing nefarious things and not being caught and acting like you're a great guy, than living a life on the right path. Because path life ain't fun. It's work. It's not fun. I don't have a lot of... I laugh a lot. I'm jovial. Mom and I have a good time. It's hard work, because I'm constantly trying to act better than I feel, so to speak. Because a lot of times I'm freaking out in my head. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I don't have kids. I never changed diapers, but now I'm dealing with blowouts. So if you're supposed to have these experiences in life, you're gonna have these experiences in life. Caregiving is caregiving. The thing of it is like people don't understand. Like, I never had kids, and every person that has a kid, most, generally, 90% of people that have kids, they get to offload their kids to the freaking school system. They get, like, free baby. They get, like, a break every day, It's different. It's different. And then they're like, oh, it's so hard. I'm like, you got like agency, you got all these people to help you. I've got nobody to help me take care of mom. I'm glad she's not a handful, but it's stressful. It's not conducive to a nice long life. It's not. So, yeah, mom would call me on my shit. And I see it now, and it's not something that happens. Parents protect their children. It's like they see their parent, like that whole Nolan thing. How many parents are protecting their kids because they want their kids to have a future that their kid took away from somebody else? It's like a person of integrity would see your kid made a mistake and your kid needs to right the wrong and go to jail for a while because he can think about keeping his hands to himself. Because most of the world just evidently don't know that rule. Like, you just don't touch other people ever, even if you like them. Oh, hi there, sweetie. How are you? Ew, don't touch me. I don't know you. Don't touch me to move me. Don't touch me ever. And I won't touch you. And if I do, I will ask for permission first. And if you say no, I won't touch you. And if it's okay, then I will. Because I'm a very touchy-feely person. But I'm not going to put myself on somebody else just because I feel like it. That's evasive. It's also what I learned at Offutt Air Force Base. Even if you touch somebody like that, you can go to jail for assault. So keep your hands to yourself. Solves problems. Alright, so thanks, Mom, for calling me on my shit and teaching me to be accountable as a very young girl. Because like, unaccountable people, when people aren't held, if people aren't told that their behavior is incorrect, then they're never going to think anything they're ever doing is ever, ever, ever wrong. And look at the guy that calls himself the president. I haven't acknowledged politics and, well, I guess since I was in the military, I haven't recognized the government, because what we do goes outside the government. What we did goes outside the government. I learned that back in 2003. There was no Congress getting together. I didn't even know that. I didn't know that until like a year ago. I'm like, really? Congress didn't meet when we bought Iraq? Like, that wasn't a legit thing? No? Okay. Well, I was on Crete when we bombed Baghdad on my Saturn return, so we didn't, because bullies do whatever they feel like it. They're not gonna, look at that border guy. Look at the border czar. The guy on the border guy. It's like you don't want people to come in America, but you want the economy to be so good that American just vacations. You know what a thing it is for people in Omaha, Nebraska, and the Midwest to travel to Mexico and live part of the year in Mexico? It's a two-way street. But I'm indigenous, so I think borders are silly. I think they're silly. I think that when people say, gather, this is our land, and you can't, and all that stuff is just, it's so machismo. It makes my third eye twitch. I made a meme. I've been talking, me and my meta glasses have been hanging out in the morning sometime when I drink my coffee, and I get chatty, but I don't want to get loud. I don't want to speak out loud yet. And I came up with this meme. It's pretty funny. Mom and her little bows. Mom's happy. What the ultimate gift in life is to have a smile at the end of it. And to give it to other people. And that's what she does. And she don't make money. It's not like I don't understand why all these people care so much about that economic system. I have to be rich. What are you gonna do when you're rich? Well, I'm gonna get richer, and then what? I'm gonna get pregnant, and then what? I'm gonna do whatever I want. Well, what do you want to do if you want to do what? If you could do whatever you want to do, what would you do? Are you doing what you want to do now? Every day I wake up and I take care of mom is I'm doing what I want to do. Every day. And people have wanted me to stop doing that because I should go to work and I need to get a W-2 and I need to pay taxes and I need to have a 401k and I need to go vacation in Spain and I need to go there, you know, and I need to see the world and I need to do all these things. And none of those things are of any value to me. None of them. If I'm the kind of person that's going to throw their own mother away, I don't want to be that kind of person. I never want to be that person. I'll freaking eat it every day. I will proverbially eat crap every day and just get over myself of doing gross, stinky, nasty things that are uncomfortable me, and I'll act like it's the greatest thing in the world and make poop fun again. Then be the kind of person that is so grateful for their life that I put my mother in an old folks home to be abused and, you know, and neglected and all that stuff because she came from a fucking orphanage. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. I don't care that you sub. That's the thing. It doesn't hurt my feelings if you unsub. Because I don't care if you sub. I'm not here for clips, likes, and subscribes. People get it twisted. I'm not here because I need to build up my channel and then I'll charge membership because I gotta make a car payment. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here for just to tell my story. So unsub away. And what are you subbing for anyway? Nobody asked you to. That's another thing Mom taught me. Don't take shit. People try to give you shit all the time. Don't take it. And if people think I'm giving them shit, don't take it from me either. And let's sort it out. Hey, be sure and leave a comment and let me know what it was the thing that I said to make you go away. Because I don't even know who you are, you wackadoo. I'm going to pack up my toys and I'm leaving. Bye! Thanks for the... You want me to RSVP your exit? Poser? Dude, people don't get it. My baseline was neglect. My baseline in life was neglect. My parents didn't give a shit about me. And I still learned how to take care of other people. The world is going down the toilet because so many people only know how to take care of themselves. And then they're running out of things that are entertaining them, make their little balls tickle, and then give them a reason, you know, because Pornhub ain't doing it no more. You know? And if it's a dude, I bet you're one of the 5 that need a little blue pill to be a man, because that's where we're at in America now. 1 out of 5 dudes need a little blue pill to be a man. It's male, because the males can't enhance themselves in 2026. How's that? I never needed it. I never wanted, I take that back. When I was a little girl, and I was like 3 years old, and I was playing outside with my friends, and I had to go inside to go pee, and I couldn't be like the little boys that just went behind, just turned their back and pulled it out and would pee on the ground. Back then I'd be like, man, I wish I was a little boy. And then I grew out of it. And then they created a whole system where if you wish like you were a little boy, then we'll just make you a little boy. We'll make all your dreams come true. Just like Walt Disney told you. God don't make junk. Creator don't make junk. Good orderly direction is God to me, and that means if you're born one way and you gotta freaking go under anesthesia to be something that you think you need different than you need to be, that's an inside thing. That's not trying to. You got to get your insides to match your outsides, not the other way around. It's people got it twisted. So no, because people, the things that people have said to me, they used to talk more shit when I was a little girl. I noticed that, and then once I came into my own power, I was about 15. Then they didn't as much. Like I have been harassed by police. Like I have been, because I'm a female with masculine energy, and it's usually by the males that have more feminine energy. It's their feminine, and then it's like they got something to prove, so it's overcompensation. It's all psychology. It's all basic. It's all a program. They're a dime a 2 dozen. And it's in women too. It's not gender specific. That's why I have to be careful. That's how I recognize the machismo in them, because I have more masculine in me. And so if I'm not balanced, then I'm likely to be machismo, and I don't want to be machismo. So I can't shit on the feminine in me. That's what I'm trying to say. Well, that's like we go to wars because dudes inside them don't want to hate their mom, pretty much. Like that's where we're at. We go to wars because dudes are freaking hate their mom. Because like my brother hates my mom because my mom was the type of mom that would make him accountable. Because the way that she would see me and call me out on my behavior, she would do the same thing to him. But he wanted to reap the rewards of cheating. He cheated all the time. He still cheats. The guy's the assistant chief counsel for the state of California. He makes more money than people in Congress do. $250,000 a year, $15,000 a month, and then from his Army Guard pay. I mean, it's like these people make so much money that they will never spend it because they're always busy making in their mind, living a life of service, because that's what their job description says and that they did, and then they get accommodations for it. And in their minds, they're like, see, I'm doing good things. They're rewarding me. But the system that they're perpetuating is agency is welfare for the employees. DMV, it's its own welfare for the employees. They're safe within that container because they're hired, because they're hive-minded. And like attracts like, so that's why they can get away with treat people like shit, because, and working this slow, because, their direct deposit's going to be the same whether they make you wait all day or not. Because that's what people do with their free will. Yeah, we have free will. We're conduits. That's all we are. We're constantly tuning in to thoughts and ideas, and are these thoughts and ideas are mostly going to serve us, or are they going to serve humanity on a whole, really? And my thoughts and ideas are more humanity service to all minded thing. Because I don't care if I like people if they benefit from my ideas. I don't need to make money. I don't have to make money. I don't care about money. There's no place in the world that I need money to travel to, and there's no place, like all this money, property, and prestige. It's like too many external forces pressuring me to be who I need to be, and the inside of me and my connection to Creator of all things that drives me to do more tangible things for others that enhance their spirit. Like having these little talks about how I feel about things. One thing I don't talk about on here very often, and I was thinking about that today, I was like, you know what I realized? Like, I thought about that movie. I never even saw Trains, Planes, and Automobiles. Probably because when it came out, I was on planes, trains, and automobiles. Like, I spent the first 12 years of my life, every Christmas, summer, and like Easter, traveling from Redding, California to San Luis Obispo, Bakersfield, Santa Maria, Atascadero, Fresno, and back. I should calculate how many trips that was. So 6 years. So for 6 years, three times a year. Wait a second. I did that backwards. So 3 times a year, I travel 2 times for 6 years. So 36 times before I was 12 years old. Oftentimes, just with the accompaniment of my brother, who didn't care about. He didn't give a shit about me. He didn't care. He was too busy in his own world, figuring out how he could cheat. And so I was like this curious little kid that paid attention. I was like we're all sponges. I think that most people get that. It's like parents are taught to ignore, like just teach your kids to ignore. And I can't ignore everything I'm soaking in. So I learned all these life lessons from riding on buses, planes, not a whole lot of trains, but this one story I'm going to tell about the time that I was 12. But first, being on buses taught me how to be on time, because I saw families split up because the father didn't come back and the mother and the baby were on the bus, and the bus driver said, "Don't be late, I'm leaving at this time," and the guy was late, so we left. And so I learned how not to be late. And because there's time is valuable, because now I don't even live by time, really. I don't go by time. I go by our internal clocks and how mom, So this one time in particular, I was 12 years old. Now, mind you, I'm 52 now, so it was 40 years ago. And I look at 12-year-olds. Or I'll ask people, how old's your kid? They're 12-year-old. And then I'll try and put this kid into the situation in which the story in which I'm about to tell you. And see how they would handle it. Because I don't know what my parents were doing. Because my parents were just like, figure it out. They're, like mom taught me how, but like, she was also out of sight, out of mind, I think. And when I was 12, it was the hardest school year of my life. We started out in Redding, California. I was at Rother. My brother wanted to move down to Paso Robles to live with my dad, and so they could get to know each other. And he wasn't respecting and listening to mom anyway, so whatever. So my dad, I guess, whatever. So we started towards Paso Robles. A car broke down in Visalia. We lived there 7 weeks, stayed there 7 weeks. I didn't go to school. Then we ended up in a place in Los Osos, which is closer to my brother, but still quite a commute. And he didn't even want us there. He was mad. But my mom knew what my dad was and was like, I'm not going to leave baby boy with Papa Bear. So I'm at least going to be in proximity. You're not going to hurt the kid, kind of thing. Anyway, so I went to Sunnyside School for like a couple months. 6th grade, I was introduced to things like the Jabberwocky. in the world of literature and stuff like that. Like it was, we watched like what we they took all this kids out to watch the Challenger a test launch, and then after I moved from there, we went to Paso Robles, where I went to a school called Flamson, and I'd always gone to really itty bitty tiny schools, and then now I'm 12 years old. I'm in a school with like over 2,000 kids. I'm supposed to take showers in PE. I have to, like, it was a total shock to me. And I would sit on the tree outside, and the only time I'd see my brother is when he was walking home from school. And he wouldn't even look at me. Like, he hated that we were there. And so Mom said, F this, like she saw that I was struggling. Let's go back to Redding. So we went back up to Redding, and then I started Deer Creek School in Central Valley, California, up north of Redding. And eventually we settled down into there. Moving around and traveling a lot, you see how people act different in different situations in different places. And I am the consistency. I'm consistent in each. And so it was a long year. Mom needed a break. So her parents were still alive, her adopted parents, the Bob and Margaret, Robert and Margaret, and they lived in Pine Top, Arizona. So down in Pine Top, so they bought me a plane ticket out of Redding. Now the plane left Redding. Did I say I was 15? I was 12. In case I said I was 15, I was 12 years old when I did this. 6th grade. And then by myself, because I guess on this world I want to play the all by myself game. So fly from Redding we're supposed to go to the international airport in San Francisco, and then I was supposed to line up, go to this gate, go from this gate to this gate, and then get on this plane, and then go to Phoenix, and then find my grandparents. And that's how it was supposed to go. What happened is that the plane left Redding and then went to Eureka, California, because one of the planes there had a flat tire. And so they did the whole thing where you want to, give up your ticket to get some of these people that want to get to San Francisco there. And so by the time we got to San Francisco, my plane had left. And I was like, I didn't want to get in trouble. That's what I was thinking. Because that's how my programming was, is everything was my fault. I got in trouble. Everything. It's all your fault. It's all your fault. And I understand why now. I get it, and it's never my fault. It's because I'm the product of my parents and their last heated hookup after they were divorced. So, like, if they wouldn't have, like, they never would have had to deal with anything I brought into this world, integrally wise. Because my dad is one of those machismo guys that just never got. My dad is one of those guys that never got in trouble for all the shit he did. Like all the people that are in charge now, Culpable is the word. I like that word. Culpable. Culpability means responsibility for faults or wrong, and that largely isn't happening. I saw something on a local Facebook page recently about to the Karen who called the cops on my son Your mom's a hoe. You know, he always rides. He always rides respectfully, right? My little Hito can do no wrong. I have a road behind my. Out here, there's a road. All day, it's summer. All day, and not all day. Like it's not now, so no. But starting from like 3 o'clock, after they get up, take a shit, play video games for 6 hours. Ma, feed me. They get fed. Then it's like, oh, my energies, my batteries are charged. And then they go out and then they get on their little motorbikes and then they just go, me, 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 me. And I'm just like, they just do that to make their little balls tickle. I swear to God. Women too. Men with the whole. My sister died on a motorcycle. I'm not a fan. So if you're a fan of motorcycles, you're not gonna get a whole lot of props here. And I grew up in a motorcycle family. My uncle, he's 80. He still has a Harley. But it's just like when people sit on bikes, that don't help me wipe my mom's ass. When people live in loops, that don't help people in their community that need help. It doesn't help people. When people go to car shows, that doesn't help people. When people go to the same stadium and sit in the same chair and watch the same football game, except, you know, you watch the football players get a little bit bigger and slower and stuff like that. You know, it's just a show. That doesn't help people that need help. So, it all worked out. I made it to Phoenix. I was a couple hours late, a few hours late. My grandparents were tired. And then we had like a 2.5 hour drive from Tucson, Arizona up to Pine Top, Arizona. And then we went into this lake and I'm like, dude, that's like a volcano down there. It freaked me out. It just, because I was used to beach at like Whiskey Town Lake and even like Shasta Lake, it had rocks, but it had like inclines. No, this was like, doop, because my papa was a fisherman, and so but it's funny because mom was adopted, and he, you know, but I always liked to fish, and then I found out that my bloodline, I come from. See, I'm the scapegoat. Is what I'm gonna call this video. The scapegoat is that I'm the one that wouldn't do all the weird stuff that they wanted me to do. Once I started seeing like, nah, this ain't for me. This is too creepy for me. See, cause like I'm one of those people they hypersexualized as a young age. I have the same birthday as a woman that's coming into how I always live my life, pretty much. Her name's Jenna Jameson. You know who she is? See, I just saw. She just went full board self-will run riot, got all the ink, did, you know, did the spread for all the shoots. We'll just say that. Right? And I'm the one that didn't. And we're born on the same day. Like, I don't know what time she was born. She was born in Las Vegas. I was born in San Bernardino. It's like an hour away. It's like so close to each other. So energetically, like, you know, so if I want to do whatever I want to do, she's exactly who I could be just like. And then that's who I'll be like. I'll be like Jenna Jameson. Or Hugh Hefner, or Dennis Quaid, or, you know, any of those other people that were created on the day I was created. Along with so many wars. We bombed Baghdad on my Saturn return. The 99th day of the year, the 9th day of April, is a highly fateful day. Yeah, it's wild. Oh, I was gonna show the meme. Where is it? Oh, my sweet babies. I've had a good life. Because I don't look at pictures when, like, I get memories of my dogs that come up and stuff like that. It don't make me sad. It don't make me sad because we had so much laughter and so much laying around, dude. I got to leave 3D Earth to all the first 4 years of my life. I was still in corporate America, going to work every day. Mom would let the dogs out and stuff like that. I'd call them all the time. What are the dogs doing? What's Artie doing? What's Benny doing? I hear Benny in the background, bark, 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 and stuff like that. That was the first 4 years, and I'd be like, man, I wish I could stay home and just hang out with my dogs. Careful. And I got to the last 10 years of their life. Do you see it? Do you see that meme? Texas, the toilet-shaped state. State of Texas, there's a toilet. Texas, the toilet. All it is, it's comparing the shape of a toilet. This is from the mind of an autistic. And you know what people do? They immediately get pissed because they take it a step farther. I leave it on this. I leave it on the shape of the state, and then people take it farther by putting in my mind things like. Imagine all the shitty people in Texas. I lived in Texas. I've had addresses in Texas. I had 2 addresses in Texas that I could get mail at. One was in San Antonio Basic Training, Lackland Air Force Base, and the other was at Shepherd Air Force Base in Wichita Falls, Texas. And neither in any of those places and distances in between, no people in Texas were not super cool to me. I met people in Texas that were from other places that were pretty decent, but the people of Texas weren't that dope. So if one single one of them was like, wow, they're really cool, my attitude would have been much different. You don't want to know here how I learned that the military was a joke? Because when I was in tech school at Shepherd Air Force Base, we'd have to play, we're still drinking all the time. It was like college, really, in the dorms. And then we'd have to play soldier, dress up in our uniforms, and march to school. It's a trade school with better benefits is all that it is. I just think civilians should have access too. And so we marched to school. It was all business and stuff. I was on T shift, so we got out at like 10 o'clock. And we could march back home, and then some of us would freaking go hop the fence of the military installment, help each other over the fence, and then run up the road across the street to the bar and have drinks with our instructors. Yeah. That's how stringent the military was. One time, I wish I had a camera for this, that would have been funny, with the instructor that I just had that later I was stationed with at Offutt. See, there's something that they used to call pencil whipping that you don't want people to do. You don't want people to sign off on work that hasn't been done. And as we know, in the United States, infrastructure is collapsing. My heart goes out to Spokane. Like, whenever anybody's going through it, I'm just like, man, I've been there and I know how scary and shitty and sucky that is. And I just think that every community needs a place for people to go when stuff like that happens, just so they can just like be there with their family and like try to resolve within their world on how their world is now. Because the world don't have to, like, posts don't have to flip for the world to end. All you got to do is lose everything. And people put their everything, what their everything is, they spread that out a lot. They really spread that out. Like plates. You know those spinning plates? You know that where there's those poles and people get plates and then they spin the plates? I think mostly in life people have like what, 3 plates? Like, so think about it. Okay, let's do a plate analogy here. So people are born. They got 1 plate. They're a baby. They're born a male or a female. Some babies, like, I don't know, there's hybrid people, there's two-spirited people, there's the two-spirited people that have the masculine and the feminine and recognize both of them as a dance within themselves, learning of compatibility and when to yield and when to thrust forward and all of these, and then recognizing that in others is how I see it. And so when mom was pregnant with me, they put all kinds of shit in her. They put all kinds of hormone blockers in her. So I'm one of them assigned at birth babies. They gave mom 2 choices of the day that I was going to be born. April 1st or the 9th of April. And my mom said that no, what they did is they said they were going to deuce her and take her on the 1st, and my mom said, no, I wasn't going to be born on the 1st of April. And then they said that my lungs weren't ready yet. And then they kept injecting stuff into me. They weren't testing my lungs. They never were testing my lungs. I was 6 pounds 4 ounces, but for mom's size, that was, my brother was 8 pounds, 9 pounds, so I don't know. Mom was so stressed when she was pregnant with me that she literally fed on. I supported her in vitro. I was her little cheerleader because I was what was keeping her going. Because she was always running from the Freemasons, because they just toyed with her. When people, it's just a horrible system. All of it is just bad. So that's why I do. Oh, so I was going back to the spinning plate thing. So most people, they're born babies, they got the 1 pull and they're spinning the plate. I'm just a baby boy. I'm just doing what baby boys do, right? And then they grow up, and then they get another plate, and then they start realizing, okay, well, you got a position in the family. You're a son in the family, so then you got 2 plates. You got, and then oh, you have a sibling. Now you got your sibling. Now you got 3 plates, and then you get of the age you go to school. Now you got 4 plates because you got to play all these roles, and then in school you get more plates because are you going to be an athlete? Are you going to be an academic? And so people get all these plates that they get going. And they don't know who they are when all the plates fall. Like when all the program that they've seen and they've been told of what they know what to do and who and be. They don't know what they're supposed to do. And I contribute largely to so much of the dementia and Alzheimer's and stuff like that. See, mom isn't demented or has Alzheimer's. She has a traumatic head injury. There's a timeline out there that a dude didn't slam her head in a car door of his 64 Chevy Biscayne. And she got to go on and be she could have gone to school and taken any class she wanted. I would have made sure of that. She's brilliant. She raised me. And I'm a Asperger's person. I'm a woman that's on the Asperger spectrum. They said so in 1987, and mom taught me how to handle my emotion. And I've had a lot of plates. I've had so many different plates I've spun, and they all kind of do the same thing. They all kind of have the same pattern on them, and that's the pattern of support, because I know what it's like to go without support in life. I know what it's like to go through hard things by myself. So I don't care if I like people or not. I want to help people go through hard things. because I know what it's like. So, evidently the kids are taking over the streets because they don't have anything better to do. So, I don't really like talking a whole lot about that storyline. I do but I do see direct results of ill-parented parents, because I don't have kids, and I would like to challenge. Let's do this. I won't talk about people and how they parent their children. If everybody that is never that talks about war, they stop talking about war. If you've never been to war, shut up. Nobody cares about your opinion about war. You ain't never been there. You don't know what it's like. Shut up. All of them. All the people I listen to that talk about war, shut up. Go deal with your kids and make sure they grow up so they're not crap stains on the fabric of society. How's that? So we don't have to go to war, because we go to war because grown-ups are conflicted within themselves. They don't know how to be peaceful and quiet beings. They don't know how. What do they know how to do? They know how to get on their little motorbikes and race around and go, meep, meep, meep. Like little rats on a frickin' cage. It's unproductive. It's unuseful people doing unuseful things. I say those are the NPC. That's all I got for now. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a rad day. Don't subscribe.